All right. Looks like we are live and in charge. Welcome, everybody. We're going live left, right, and center today. And today we are talking mobile homes, mobile home parks, but more specifically, what I learned, we're going to talk about mobile home investing, not just mobile home parks investing like a lot of other people. We're going to actually talk about how you can make money on just the mobile homes. And we're going to do that with our speaker, Kristy, who's going to be at the PMC Money Tank event August 3rd and 4th. And then we're going to be out in Raleigh, North Carolina. And actually, I think I just screwed that up. It's actually August 4th and 5th. The 3rd is only for VIPs. And we're going to have a special offer for all of you. As we build an audience this morning, we went live with the Mike and Mike show. Today, we're going to have Kristy on here. As we get some more eyeballs, we'll get rolling. But Kristy, welcome back on, because I know we're kind of doing a marathon here, and this is the second time, but it was just so captivating what you talked about with mobile home park investing and mobile home investing. It was something I never thought about, and I just felt like we should bring that to this platform and show everybody a little bit about what you're doing and what you're going to be doing at the Money Tank event coming up here soon.
Absolutely. Thanks, Chris, for having me. Last week was exciting because I saw the light switch go off in your head, because so many people think I have to buy big. I really need to go in and buy a full-fledged mobile home park, which also at the same time is kind of scary. Like, hey, I maybe have never done a deal. I've never done multifamily. Maybe I've flipped a house. I've lived in a house, but where do I go from here? So I really try to pull people more towards just the individual mobile home investing, whether that's a mobile home in someone else's park, maybe that's a mobile home on land. And it really just opens the opportunity to expand your portfolio. It allows you to get in at an entry level for most people that is definitely feasible. I mean, you can do this with $10,000 or $15,000. You can also do creative financing, but it allows you to feel comfortable and diversify your portfolio. So I've been doing this for many years, and I've been preaching to everyone to, for them to do this and get into this since 2007. But for some reason at that time, it really wasn't that well known. And a lot of people, were made to steer clear of that. So now we're coming into a time where we're seeing a lot of dynamics in the market changing. We hear all these big words going on like, oh, the recession, rental rates are rising. Where's affordable housing? What does that look like to everyone? And I feel like now more than ever, the individual mobile home investing has really come full circle. So I'm really excited to be in Raleigh and so grateful that you asked me to come and be part of this amazing event and to really teach and educate people why these are great investments and how you can invest in them. And I think for a long time, the stigma was they were depreciating assets. They are not appreciating. Don't buy them. It's like a used car. That's completely untrue. We're starting to see levels of mobile homes and modular homes that are now appreciating. The land definitely is, even the ones in the park. And again, it creates affordable housing. So it's this niche a lot of people have not gotten into, but now they're coming to it, but they're saying, where do I learn about this? I've seen this, I'm hearing this, but what do I actually do? And also, what are the weird nuances with manufactured and mobile homes that don't apply to single family homes? I think a lot of times that keeps people out of the investing game because they don't understand it. So I'm here to kind of teach and come to Raleigh and show you, listen, how can you put your money to work, right? If you've got money, how can you put it with an investor that is doing this with the manufactured and mobile homes? And how do I feel safe putting my money there? How can I secure it? But also, if I'm looking to buy a couple of these, how can I buy them? How can I invest in them? But also, I've heard this, and this is untrue. I'm in a very expensive market. I'm in California. I'm in Seattle, Washington. I'm in Hawaii, and I just can't find these manufactured and mobile homes. I don't think the deals are out there, which is untrue. So I'm here to kind of debunk that myth because I've helped people in those markets learn how to do this with what they have. So I'm really excited to be part of this. And with being there, I have created a 4-week mobile home challenge that I'll be pushing out there to help people not only learn, but really apply and do. I find that so many people gather all this knowledge. They're afraid to pull the trigger. They don't do anything, right? They just overwhelm themselves with knowledge, and you're this book of knowledge, but you don't do anything. So I really want people to take action and push them to, to help learn and give the guidance to help do so. So I'm really excited to be in Raleigh and do this and really teach people this. I feel like this is like the new coming of investing in a different way. That's just, hasn't been known.
I totally agree with that. And the reason I agree with that is because, in Private Money Club, the biggest problem we have right now is there's more money than there are deals. And, educating folks in Private Money Club or folks that come to the Money Tank event virtually or in person, educating them on how this works will bring more deals to Private Money Club. So if any of you are watching this right now, if you're one of them that says, oh, well, I'm waiting until I have money to do this, like mobile home investing, you don't need a lot of money. I mean, Kristy and the wealth webinar showed us some deals she did for like 30 grand and even lower price. Now, not in California or those markets, but you can do Midwest. I mean, my area, Buffalo, New York. I mean, we got all sorts of mobile home parks out here that you can pick up for 20, to 30 grand and then rent them out for $1,000, $1,100. I mean, it's insane. So it's just, we need more deals on Private Money Club. And I think, this opportunity, which is one that I knew about, but never one I thought about or even heard about the way you're teaching it, gives, all the folks on Private Money Club the ability to come in and make a whole bunch more money because they've got low price deals. And that's what we need, folks. So, real quick, I'm going to put a special offer in the chat for all of you watching. And I know we just got Mr. Nagy joined us here, Mr. Stephen Nagy. He was doing Money Club Monday, and I believe some of the audience from there jumped over to here. So we want to make this offer because we want you all to come to Raleigh, North Carolina for the PMC Money Tank event. And this is an offer just for Kristy, okay, and just for today. So you're not going to get this anywhere else. But if you want to come to Raleigh, North Carolina, August 4th and 5th, right here, right now, you can get tickets half off. I just put it in the chat. You get tickets half off, okay? You can also get the virtual tickets for $200 off, for $97. And what we're going to do, and this is the only time in Wealth Webinar we did this, but the only other time you're going to have this, we're going to throw in Kristy's 4-week training, okay, which basically means if you buy the virtual ticket at $97, you get that for free. The ticket's free. The whole Money Tank event is free because her course would basically cost you about that to do. So we're going to throw that in for all of you who buy the virtual ticket. The link is in the chat, but we really hope some of you join us firsthand out there because the last Money Tank event we did out in Utah. Now, Kristy, I know Noah was out there, but there was several people in the audience, okay, that Kendrick being one of them, that he raised 450 grand just by being there. Virtual is great, folks, and the ticket's cheap, and basically you're getting it for free anyway with Kristy's course, but literally going there, taking the plane, getting in the car, however you get to North Carolina, you're going to meet the players. You're going to raise money or, maybe bring your deal to the event. That's what it's set up for. It's there to solve your problem and make your deals happen. So I don't know why more people don't just be like, wow, I need to be there, because these are the relationships you need. These are people with money or people that need money. Stephen, what do you have to say about that?
Can I add one thing? I was just saying this on Money Club Money. It's so funny you bring that up. You have to be there. So if you go to Money Tank, the Money Tank, let me see. Page right here. So this is the sales page. So if you go to this right here, learn all about the event. This is where you get the tickets. Like Chris said, half price, big discount, $200 off, 97 with the course. I mean, you should buy that just because it's fun. But otherwise, so anyways, I was playing this video before, and I was just looking at all the people that just from this event, like what all they've done. And it's pretty mind blowing, Chris. Like, first off, this guy is now developing Private Money Club 3.0 for us, which we would have never, ever, ever happened had he not just happened to be at Money Tank at this last one. And the only reason he was there was because he lent money to a borrower that was cool enough to say, hey, you're lending me all this money. I would love to meet you in person. Why don't you come to this event with me? And actually bought him a ticket to come. So if it wasn't for that, we would have never met him. Who knows if Private Money Club 3.0 would even be developed the right way. But even before that, like, think about it, Chris. You and I met at a live event sitting at a bar, and you're drawing out Private Money Club 1.0 on a napkin. Like, Private Money Club might not even have been here if it wasn't for an event, because we might not have ever sat down and actually had that discussion like that. So these events are so powerful. But then not only that, like going through this thing, I was talking to Catherine. Where is she? the one that was up on the beginning of this thing, right there. So
Yep.
Catherine, I was talking to her, Catherine Clemens out of Las Vegas. She now has a TV show that she's shooting, a reality TV show, because she raised all this money because of all these syndication and development deals she's doing. And she's saying she found a bunch of money at Money Tank that allowed her to do all this stuff now. I was just going through earlier. It's just amazing, all the different relationships and everything that's happened just since the last Money Tank. And that's when we didn't really know what we were doing. It was the first one ever. So this next one's going to be so much better. And I can't wait to see all the success stories and all the connections that come out of it. So that's all I wanted to say.
I love that. So Kristy, I thought just, these are short and sweet, really just kind of to give people, a little bit of value and a little bit of knowledge. But do you have anything that you could give them that would kind of just show them a glimpse of what mobile home investing could look like, or maybe even just show a couple of the deals you've done? Would you be able to share and show that?
Yeah, I mean, I can walk you through it just telling you, and I think sometimes this will like register and click. So to give you an example, just like recently, one deal I'm working on right now, currently, I'm here in Columbia, South Carolina. I think per capita here in South Carolina, we have the most amount of mobile homes, which is really cool. That's how I got, came upon them and started doing them. But we do a lot of different marketing in different ways, and we came across a mobile home on land. And this is in Sumter, South Carolina. There's a military base there. And this is a gentleman whose mother-in-law declined in health. The house has been sitting vacant. And when I say this, no one's going to believe, like, is this even possible right now in this market to find this deal? Because anyone could have found it, right? The deal's out there for everyone to find. We came across it. It's a land home package. So it's 5 acres of land with a septic and well on it with a home. And this home is about 1,300 square foot. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, literally in pristine condition. I thought when I walked in this thing, it's a 70s model. I thought, oh, there's no way this is going to be that nice. Walked into it. And literally, unfortunately, the mother-in-law had dementia. So they had to move her around Christmas time, literally like that day type of situation. And everything is kind of left standing in the home. It looks like it's been untouched. And literally, there's nothing wrong with this home. It just needs to be cleaned out. So I literally asked him, I did my preliminary numbers before I went. What do I think I could sell this for? And I'm thinking fixed up good, which is the condition it's in, just needs to be cleaned out, probably worth about $75,000 to $80,000. And he's asking $30,000. And literally I was like, didn't want to make a face like this, like 30,000, like, you don't want more than that? Can I offer you more? Right. And I'm like, you'll be happy with 30,000. He said, yes, my mother-in-law has medical bills that we need to pay. 30,000 is our bottom line number. And actually when my guy that does a lot of our marketing had talked to him before, it started at 45,000. So I knew there was, heavy motivation there. So we actually have it under contract right now. We're in due diligence. The biggest thing for me is just getting the well checked out to make sure everything looks good with that and the septic tank. But we're going to be controlling and using private money to purchase this deal for $30,000. Now, exit strategy, right? I look at that and I say, okay, do I want to keep it? I could keep it as a rental. I could probably rent that thing for $1,200 a month. Hey, listen, I might even be able to owner finance that to someone with a down payment. But really, I think what I'm going to do is just clean it out, cut the grass, and then throw it back on the MLS with an agent and list it at that $75,000 mark that I know it'll sell for because I've pulled my comparables and I'm just flipping that property, literally doing nothing to. So it's cool to see, like, this is a deal that's out there for everyone. Anyone could have grabbed this deal. Anyone could have jumped on it. But what I find is that a lot of people don't, because again, they come back to, what do I do with this deal? It's a manufactured home. I have no clue what to do. But the 5 acres alone is worth 30 grand plus. So I'm just getting the house thrown in on top of that. So it's cool to see, like, that's one deal. There's been other ones that we bought in pre-existing mobile home parks that we do not own, that we have actually built a good relationship with the park owners and managers. And we go in and buy houses that are sitting there that need to be sold. And then we're re-renting those. So we're getting those anywhere from $3,000 up to like $6,000. Of course, we may have to dump a little money in to fix them up. But all in under 15 grand, and we're able to rent those again for $850 to $1,000. So when you look at that, we're in such a small amount and our cash flow is so good and our return on investment. It just doesn't not make sense to invest in them, period.
Yeah,
so really what's left out is, where do I find these? How do I do it? The process, right? Which is what I teach.
Wow. So does anyone have any question? We got 23 people on here. And do you have any questions as to, like mobile home investing? I know, I grew up, and some of you know the story, some of you do not, but I grew up, in a lower middle class family. My grandparents, my dad's parents, they always lived in a mobile home. I mean, I knew nothing else. And my family, my mom would always bring me over there. And I just got to, that just was life. Like I'd ride my BMX around, find as many jumps as I could. I got to know other kids in the neighborhood, in the park, and I got to be friends with them. And I grew up with them. Like I even still today communicate with some of those folks that I met back, in that mobile home park. So it's got a bad stigma, but I mean, listen, like that's my upbringing. I remember that, and I wouldn't change it for a thing. And now it's just like, I feel bad that I actually missed out on it. I don't think I missed out on it. I just never took advantage of jumping in and doing this. When my grandparents passed, my father and his wife sold their mobile home for $12,000, and it was in great shape. And I'm just like, and I had first opportunity. Hey, Chris, do you want to buy it? At the time, we were flipping a lot of houses. We had the TV show. I was just like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Boy, where were you back then? Because 12 grand, that thing would rent for $1,200 in that park, because it's a really nice park. And gosh, just do the math, folks. You invest 12 grand. Maybe let's just say you got to put 10 grand into it. So let's just say you're $22,000 and you make $1,200 a month. And I don't remember what lot rent was, $300-400 or something like that, but just pencil that. Like, what are you making by doing that? And not only that, then I could have sold it and made a whole bunch more by putting very little money into that. It's just a lost opportunity. And sometimes we just got to focus our attention. So with that being said, folks, like join us out in Raleigh, North Carolina for the Money Tank. And you're going to learn all about how to do this. You get to, hang out with Christy and Noah Harris. You get to hang out with all the people that are going to be there, build relationships, and literally make money. And like I said, for this offer right here, I just put it up again. Anybody that buys any of the tickets, I don't care if it's in person or the virtual, and the virtual is discounted $200. The in-person general admissions are half off with that discount code. Then we're going to throw in Kristy's course, the 4-week course. So it's pretty much like you're either getting the course for free or you're getting the ticket for free, whichever way you want to look at it. But I can't understand why all of you wouldn't want to be out in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's a ton of fun out there. This event's going to be epic at Steve Scoggins' place, which is where Ed Milet threw an event. And we're going to be streaming virtual and live the entire time, where Kristy's just going to blow your mind. Tess said, boy, that's an amazing event, and pricing is amazing. Don't miss out. She's absolutely right. So, Kristy, I don't know. I don't want to take up too much more of your time. I know you did one, and then we're going to be out in Raleigh just in a few short weeks here. But I appreciate you coming on. And for everybody that's been watching this, I hope to see all of you there. Save that link, because that link's good till 12 tonight, till midnight tonight. So you can get that discount and get Kristy's 4-week training on mobile home park investing. So thank you for everything you do, and I can't wait to see you there.
Yep, I look forward to it, guys. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, folks, thanks for joining us for this spotlight edition, and we will see you soon.